All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make some shrimp tacos. Um, Empty the shrimp. These are thawed. They were frozen shrimps that I got from Wild Fork Foods, as you can see. Just gonna make sure that they are drained. I've got them in the colander here. Now we're gonna go ahead and salt them and put a little bit of seasoning on them. We'll put more seasoning in when I go ahead and put it in the pan. I've got some fresh garlic. Go ahead and just 2 cloves is enough. We're gonna make shrimp tacos for 3 people here. Obviously, you can do this recipe for one person. You can do this recipe for multiple people, or you can just saute the shrimp and have them over the course of a few days. Honestly, I love chopping garlic. It is one of the most satisfying things to me. I sometimes cheat and use one of the garlic presses, or always have a jar of that canned garlic in my fridge. Right. Put it on in with some butter. Let that butter brown up. Now, I'm still honestly learning how to cook with stainless steel. I have one pan at home, and this is at an Airbnb. So it's apologies if I'm not using the best technique for stainless steel, but this is on my to learn list because I truly, with a gas stove like this one is, but also is what I have at home. Like, I prefer stainless steel to anything. Go ahead and let that butter melt. So you can't see it, but I'm actually I was doing a little bit of lemon zesting. It's getting a little loud in here. I was doing a little bit of lemon zesting, and honestly, I any sort of seafood that I cook, I usually will just zest some lemon or put a little splash of lemon juice on it. I usually, even if if it's frozen, if it's fresh, whatever it may be, I just really think that it helps. Just a tinge of lemon helps enhance so much. I know that it's really big with salmon. I know a lot of people will put a little bit of lemon on salmon or any sort of like white fish, but I don't know. It just really complements most seafoods. And really, like, this whole garlic shrimp butter situation here, I'm putting some of the citrusy garlic on from Trader Joe's, but you can kind of use a mix of. I'll put the a made up sort of version of that in the comments. I was again just traveling, so I brought that in my suitcase along with some everything bagel seasoning. But this simple garlic, butter, salt with a few other spices. Honestly, you don't even need the citrusy garlic. Just the garlic and butter and salt with fresh or uncooked shrimp is to die for. I mean, it's so simple, but I actually learned this when I was in Colombia a few years ago and took a cooking class, that it's like just so simple, but so good if you have a fresh shrimp. And honestly, I won't. I know that like some people will just get pre-cooked shrimp. No, I refuse. I will get frozen shrimp any day, especially to cook at home for myself. never, unless it's me buying a shrimp cocktail from the store during Christmas time. That's literally the only time I'll do that. So basically use a whole lemon between this recipe. I used a lot of it, as you kind of saw earlier. I used a lot of it in the zest, which really, again, enhances it, but the juice kind of mixes with the butter here and really gives it a nice little coating. And just pay extra attention to the shrimp. These were cooked these are going to be cooked so perfectly. We'll see how they end up, but I'm very sensitive to my shrimp being too cooked. So I'm very aware when they get a little too dry. It takes practice to understand how you like it, but as long as they're cooked enough and all the way, that's the key. Crack a little pepper on here. This pepper grater is not the best. Flipping them all to make sure that every angle and every little corner of them is completely done. Looking really good. The corners of that one, you can see kind of how the texture of the texture of it is really how you can figure out when it is done. And sometimes you can overcook it and it's fine, but there's nothing like a really well done shrimp. A little bit of background noise here with the air vent or the exhaust, but I think we're hiding it a little bit. All right. Just gonna give up and put it into the bowl. Not gonna try. This is not exactly the utensil you want to just pick up shrimp. It's not exactly conducive to really efficient, but there we go. And so again, as I mentioned, I was in a bit of a limited. Oh, we got a few more shrimp here that we gotta cook. Bit of a limited situation with condiments and food in general. So my friends and I actually have a house on Nantucket right now. As I'm making this for them for lunch, we're all working from here, and they this place that we are staying at is very clearly a family vacation home, but they don't even have olive oil. So we definitely brought and ordered a lot of groceries, but including these tortillas that I brought in my suitcase, along with the frozen shrimp. Yeah, I'll add a video of that later. But so for sauces, I kind of went into the fridge and found some corn salsa. And this is just a really easy way for you to make these tacos at home with whatever you have. So just putting a few shrimp on each. These are like the small flour tortillas. I personally am more of a corn tortilla person myself. But these, two or three on each taco is going to be perfect. The right amount of protein. Um, but I found, I always keep one or two salsas on hand at home just in case I'm entertaining last minute or want to put it on some eggs. Um, but you could really do any sort of salsa with this. Like I said, I used a corn sort of. It wasn't super spicy. We're gonna pull it out here. I also have some pepper jack cheese. We ordered plenty of cheese from the grocery store here. So I'll go ahead and shred some of that. This is part of the this sort of situation is kind of where it's fun to kind of top chef your own kitchen. Here's the salsa I was telling you about. So it's some sort of corn mango. It doesn't seem too hot, so I may add a little bit of spice to this in a little bit before we eat. But it's nice and thick. I mean, you could really do it with just like a plain tomato salsa too. And I've got some arugula. So I love an arugula pretty much on anything. I know that some people think it's a little too bitter. I love the crunch that it has. I love the kind of bite that arugula has, whether it be on top of pizza or, you know, in a salad or on tacos. Um, I will also love it with a side of eggs, like a little, like just nice lemon and olive oil drizzle on it. Great. So I decided when I tasted this also initially, it's not going to be spicy enough for some of us that are going to be having this lunch. So I did find some sriracha in the fridge. So we are going to put a little drizzle of sriracha. And I'm kind of a baby when it comes to spice, so this one right here is mine.